Hi Wild Ham fam, welcome back to our channel. I'm Debbie.
I'm Darren.
And it's Harry Potter, guys.
Yeah.
Harry Potter Magical Meditations.
64 inspirational cards.
And it's got wig on the front. Right, so it says on the back, embrace the knowledge of the wizarding world with this inspirational card deck featuring different meditative prompts to help you connect to the powerful themes and positive lessons of the Harry Potter films. Now, I don't know anything about these, and in case I did not say, but welcome back to Tarot Tuesday, even though it isn't tarot, but we do all our cards under that, guys.
Yeah.
So I don't actually know anything about this.
Huh?
So, guys, you get to look at them before I do. So here's what Darren filmed. Right, Darren, so do you want to pick one for me?
The blue one over this side, your side. That one, yeah.
That one, yep. Right, pick one from the middle randomly. Right. What superstitions do you believe in, and how do they affect the way you approach your life? I believe in ghosts and spirits. I believe in believe in the world. I believe in the earth. How it's changed is, I think you become more aware of things as you get older. I don't think I fit into one box or another. I have my own belief systems, and I think that the main thing, I suppose, that I think is that whatever religion or belief system you have, as long as it isn't harmful to others and it helps you deal with life in general, that's a good thing. I don't think anybody should be put into one box. I think that everybody has the right to be who they are, again, as long as they are not harming themselves or other people. So I suppose in that stipulation I'm saying there are, but it's different birds of a feather, basically, guys. That's my belief. Right. So next one.
Grey one at the back top. Looks like a sword, is it? Or...
Yeah, it is. Hang on. It seems to make me want to pick the top one, so that's what I'm going to go for. Right. So this section is resistance.
Yeah.
Have you ever been accused of something you didn't do? What did you do to try and prove your innocence, and was it effective? Actually, this is a brilliant card, and I think you'll probably like this. I was never one for putting my hand up or standing out in school. Most of my friends were boys, and I had the girly friends that I had. I got on well with, but most sort of like I tended to keep girls in general at a distance. So there was one occasion I was in science class and the teacher sent me out the class for talking. It wasn't me. It was one of the popular girls behind me. So I left the classroom and the teacher came out and he said, "Have you anything to say?" And I said, "I'm not going to tell you who was talking, but I will tell you it wasn't me." And he was like, "Right, okay, whatever." Going back in the classroom, and I said, "No." He went, "Pardon?" I said, "I'm not going back into that classroom until you apologise to me. You signalled me out of everybody." Now, I was never really one for, but I was quite indignant. I don't like being accused of something I haven't done. And he looked at me for a moment and he said, "Well, obviously wasn't you. I'm sorry." And I went back in the classroom. He didn't lose face. I wouldn't have said that to him in front of the class. But yeah, so it did work its way out. But I was always quite indignant as a child. I was sort of, when I was 3, I was going on 40. So yeah, it was one of the pivotal moments in my life. So I'm actually really pleased I got that card. Right.
Last one we go for will be Mother O'Gun's ring.
Okay.
Don't know what it is.
It's experiencing loss.
Oh.
I'm going to read this and I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to ask Darren to do another section. So bear with me a second. Oh yes, this is fine.
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever experienced the return of something you thought you'd lost, and what were the circumstances? Right. There's 2 answers to this. I'm going to give you both. general thing. If items went missing around the home, when I was growing up, quite simply, we would ask Fred. Fred was our ghost. He was the old man that lived and died in the house. My mum knew him anyway, but you could hear him shoveling coal at night every now and again. There was no coal bit outside at that point, but you could hear it. Now, if ever one of us lost something, and it was usually quite a personal item, my nan's gold winkle always went missing. It was a pendant, that chain and pendant that my granddad bought for her, because she had a thing with like winkle shells. She absolutely loved them, and it would always turn up at the top of the fridge. There'd be nothing else near the front of the fridge bit, but anything we lost, Fred would put up there after we'd asked for it. The second one was when my granddad died. Nobody could find my nan's wedding ring, and we were packing up my mum and dad because they were moving away from our family home.
Many, many, many years later.
Yeah, this is it. A lot of years later. I mean, we're talking. Well, I moved out. It's got to be a good 20 years, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we were packing them up, and the people that bought next door, which were my nan and granddad's house, because my mum had lived in the street since she was 5 years old. But yeah, say they were doing the garden out there and what have you, and they came across a ring, and we were outside at the time when they found it. There's a big wall between us, sort of thing, and I'm trying really hard not to say the person's name, the neighbour's name, but they said to us about the ring, showed us, and it was my nan's wedding ring. So the day before they left, we got her wedding ring. We aren't sure if my granddad's buried it and didn't tell us, but we think it's more likely because he wore it all the time with his own. But we think it was more than likely it fell off when he was doing gardening bits and he didn't notice at the time, sort of thing. But yeah, that's something that it was just normal. So we've grown up with things like that being normal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
It's a nice little set, isn't it? It
is a nice
good
little
bit
set.
to see, think on this. Yeah.
I love the idea, because obviously you wouldn't normally sit and take every card, and I didn't want to. I wanted to. When I realised what I was looking at, I was thinking, you know what, we thought, well, we'll do two of each, and then it was like, no, we won't do two of each.
We could be here for hours, yeah.
Then we thought, well,
and you won't be, yeah.
we'll just do one then of each, sort of thing, and Darren will pick one, I'll pick one from each section. No, that was still going to take too long. So then, yeah, I came up with the idea of Darren picking from 3 random what's-its, and I just pick whatever one, you know. But no, as it goes, I mean, I actually really like those questions. So, and it's always nice, because people say, oh, you shouldn't look back at the past. If you don't look back at the past, you can't see the personal growth you've made. If you don't feel that you need to, that's fine. But to me, my past and memories are incredibly important to me. They are what make me me. Everybody makes mistakes. It's just these days I feel so sorry for kids because they're videoed all the time. They can't make mistakes in private, and then, you know.
It could be dreadful sitting in a room just looking at a camera.
Right, guys, so what did you guys think of this? Any of the questions that I got asked, feel free to answer. If for yourselves. Tell us what you think. Have you had ones like this before? Not necessarily Harry Potter, but ones you can meditate on. Are there any that you would say to us, oh, these are really good cards? Please do. You know, we're always open to hearing. But yeah. So, my lovelies, don't forget, subscribe, ring that little bell. You can give us a thumbs up, you can give us a thumbs down. You can't give us one of them. And to be honest, I've given up the hope of one of them. But please comment, because we love hearing from you guys and we read every comment. Check out our other videos, because we have got tons, and I mean tons. And as always, be different, a very merry on hoo-hoo, and Hedwig.